What if I told you that a single mistake could cost billions of dollars? In today's video, we're counting down the top 5 most expensive man-made disasters that didn't just break the bank, they shattered lives and industries. Number 5. Prestige oil spill, Spain. On November 13, 2002, the Prestige, carrying 77,000 barrels of oil, encountered a storm off the coast of Galicia, Spain. The storm damaged the ship's structure, causing a massive oil spill. For days, the tanker was towed through rough seas, all the while spilling oil. The ship eventually split in two and sank, releasing large amounts of oil into the sea. The oil spread to the coasts of Spain, Portugal, and France, devastating marine life and destroying local fishing industries. This cleanup took years and a lot of environmental damage because a huge pool of toxic water had poisoned all living things. The Prestige disaster highlighted the dangers of offshore oil transport and led to tighter regulations on oil tankers. The estimated loss was $12 billion. Number 4. Space Shuttle Columbia disaster, USA. On February 1, 2003, Space Shuttle Columbia was returning from a 16-day mission when disaster struck. During the flight, a foam insulation had ruptured the rear tire, puncturing the right tire, damaging the thermal insulation. When Columbus returned to Earth's atmosphere, the damaged wings released superheated air into the asteroid, causing it to rupture. All 7 astronauts on board were killed. The disaster shocked the world and put the astronaut program on hold for 2 years. The review found deficiencies in NASA's safety culture, leading to changes in how future missions are conducted. The cost included excavation, improvements to bridge defenses, and the loss of the bridge itself. They lost an estimated $13 billion. Number 3. Deepwater Horizon oil spill, Gulf of Mexico. Deepwater Horizon was an offshore drilling rig operated by BP in the Gulf of Mexico. On April 20, 2010, a storm hit, causing a deadly explosion that killed 11 workers and caused the largest oil spill in history. Over the course of 87 days, oil was pumped out of the well, releasing more than 4 million barrels of waste oil into the ocean. The environmental damage had been devastating, with oil covering hundreds of miles of coastline, killing marine life and destroying ecosystems. The cleanup effort was extensive, involving thousands of workers and costing billions of dollars. The disaster also led to major legal battles, with BP paying billions in fines and settlements. The Deepwater Horizon spill remains a stark reminder of the dangers of offshore drilling. They lost an estimated $65 billion. Number 2. Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. Japan. On March 11, 2011, a massive 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck Japan, triggering a tsunami with waves up to 40 feet high. The leak hit the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, overwhelming its cooling systems and causing catastrophic failures. 3 reactors exploded, releasing fuel into the environment. The government had to evacuate at least 150,000 people. The cost of the disaster involves repairs, compensation to affected residents, and the shutdown of reactors, a process that will take decades. The Fukushima disaster also led to a global reassessment of nuclear energy, with a number of countries reducing or stopping their nuclear programs altogether. They lost an estimated $193 billion. Number 1. Chernobyl nuclear disaster, Ukraine. April 26, 1986 was a tragic day that the world will never forget. Reactor 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant went into instant chaos after a sudden lightning strike during a routine safety check that sent large amounts of radioactive material into the atmosphere. Firefighters battling the flames, unaware that they had been exposed to lethal radiation. The bombing forced the evacuation of more than 100,000 people from Pripyat and other nearby towns, now ghost towns frozen in time. It is almost impossible to calculate the full cost of a disaster because it includes not only cleanup, but long-term health effects on millions of people. Even today, a large combustion chamber covers the damaged reactor for gas A. It blocks it, reminding us of the enduring legacy of the disaster. They lost an estimated $235 billion,